Good evening and welcome to Full Time Reds. It's me, Chris Brack, and it's Kev O'Sullivan. It's just us all the time now, mate, isn't it? That's all we
Yeah.
That's all we do.
We got nothing better to do on a Saturday night, do we?
No, we don't. We don't really have a social life, to be
Yeah,
fair.
no.
Full time. Liverpool won, Spurs won in a frustrating result. Let's be honest, Kev.
Yeah.
How you feeling about it?
Disappointed in the result, obviously. I ain't too disappointed in the performance, bearing in mind the week that's in it, because it wasn't from a lack of effort that this happened tonight. It was rub of the green, call it what you like. Ball didn't didn't bounce for us. And sometimes you need that bit of luck when you're playing against a side who are parking the bus and are just basically there to frustrate you. You need a bit of luck, and they got their bit of luck with the way the counter attack happened. We got our bit of luck with the Diaz goal, but there was only one side there trying to win that game tonight. And when I see people talking about a points of fair result and all that, that's total bullshit. At the end of the day, there's ways of how to play football, and that's one way to play. And I just hate seeing that style of play rewarded with anything. It is what it is. But I'm frustrated. But we go again on Tuesday night. It's over to Man City to do their job now.
We do. Look, I'm not going to lie. That is a bit of a body blow, that game, because I've always been of the opinion if we win all our remaining games, I could see City getting a draw somewhere. We're now relying on a City loss and its goal difference. Which, look, is it impossible? No, because we are actually top. Not technically, we are top of the league on goal difference. But yeah, it's hard to take because I can't say Liverpool were bad today. They were just a bit off it. And of course, we see this whenever Liverpool don't win. The finger pointing, the piss everyone. Getting over. I've seen now Salah's now getting slagged off every left, right, and centre. Was he good today? No. He's been off it for ages. He has in terms of goals, but in terms of assists, I think he's second for us since AFCON. Yeah. So, you can't have it all the time. I just felt today, final ball attacking wise, it wasn't right tonight. Look, is that mental tiredness? Is that physical? Or is it just one of those nights? I mean, credit Spurs, they played five at the back. They fell deep, and their tactic was play it over the top in the space behind Robertson to try and expose him. And to be fair, first half they did that really well, and that was the tactic. And look, it came off the one time where they got the goal. And to be fair, it was a well worked counter. But let's start with the lineup then. What's happy with the lineup? I think when we did the show last night, I think I got the 11.
You got the 11 right.
You got 10 because the debate was it was Canati or Matip because the rest of it
Canati or Matip. Yeah, the rest of it picked itself.
The rest of it picked itself really. So
Yeah, the lineup was fine. I had no problem with that. We picked the Spurs lineup because, in fairness, that is what it is. They can't. They've 1 to 11 is okay, but after that they can't do anything else. Our lineup, like I said, I would have gone for Matip purely and simply experience and the fact that his ability to carry the ball through midfield opens things up in front of him, and having that ability is I think it's an advantage in games like when you're playing against sides who want to park the bus. But no, I was happy. I wouldn't have changed the lineup when I saw it. I thought, yep, that's good enough. That's fine. We're playing the volume of games is intense now, and the fact that the way the Villarreal game panned out, that we had to really put a shift in the second half to go at them and get back into it and win it and get to Paris. Then the turn around to this game, I thought putting the same line out again was a risk, but given the fact that you're playing a side who are going for a Champions League spot, you're not going to take too many liberties. And I don't think Klopp did. I think he got the lineup absolutely right.
And it was, on the whole, it was working because the one benefit of Henderson playing there instead of Keita, because they're different players, is Henderson was pulling out wider right, which is allowing Trent to come inside to get across from a different angle, and it also allows Salah to cut inside, but also try and do an overload, which you need to do against the back three. That's not how Naby plays. Naby doesn't pull out wide. He tends to be more of a driver through the middle. So they're always, as I say, horses for courses, depending on the team.
Yeah, Mark is Mark A there in the chat saying he wanted Simicast. That was his only issue. Do you know, yeah, you could have argued that. You could have argued for that. Robbo's been putting hard yards in now for the last few games. But
I would say defensively though, Robbo's still better than Simicast, and Kulusevski's a good player. So I think that's probably why you got the edge. But you called it when he came on second half. We'll quick talk about second half. When he comes on, Simicast, he's more like to running behind than Robbo. Robbo was more of a comes to the ball, whip it in. He likes to get in behind, so
it offers you something different.
So I was fine with.
I think
with that one.
Mark has a point actually when you talk about Costas going up against someone like Emerson Royale. That if you'd have Costas and Diaz, it would be a twisted blood situation where which way do you go, because you'd have it both sides. But to do that, I don't think Sadio would be the ideal number 9 in that situation. I think you'd start with Divock, you'd start with Jota if you're going to go that kind of route. But look, it is what it is. The lineup was fine. I wouldn't say anything bad about the lineup.
No, and their lineup was what we expected, really. So and it suited them, which was pace on the wide, hit deep. I've seen a lot of people going, it's anti-football. It's like, look, that's the way Conte plays, and it's the way a lot of teams play against Liverpool and against City. They all sit deep.
Yeah, it's doing it when you have better players gives you a better chance. Exactly. They have better players than your average run-of-the-mill park the bus side. So when you've got a park the bus side who are going to come in and do it with perceivably the top international players, then it's going to be a hard night's work for you.
Yeah, Sonny Kang saying basically we defended poorly for their goal. That was their one chance. It wasn't the one chance all game, to be fair to them, because they hit the post in the first half, and they had the Kane chance in the first half, which is a good tackle by Henderson. Yeah, that's what they were going to do. They got us on a turnover because we just ran out from a corner trying to get the counter-attack, and they got the lucky break that it fell to Kane. Then Kane, to be fair to, picks the right pass while we're still going the other way.
Yeah, the thing is that's
a goal. If we do that, we all go, what a well-worked goal. We look like shit.
Well, yeah, it was a well-worked goal. I'm not going to rip players apart for going to try to win the game. So, there was only one side trying to win that game. So when you're trying to go forward to win it, and you get caught, you're going to get caught on a counter once in a while. It happens. And the one thing Ryan Sessegnon did really well.
He did
to cut that back, because other players would have panicked. But he cut that back really well. Kane found him. The cutback was really good, and Son did what he does. He slotted it away. It was easy, and a nice, easy finish.
That was it. Why is Kane unmarked? The reason it's unmarked is because we're pushing up. There's a deflection backwards, and that's why it comes to. It's not the passes that we've all got to just leave Harry Kane on his own. They took advantage of it. Where it's going. That's what you do. I mean, that's what we've done plenty of times. You take advantage of a lucky, a bounce of the ball, whatever it goes with. If you get that bit of luck, you take it, and Spurs.
Of course you do. And they countered it really well, and they worked that one instance really well. The thing is, at the end, they should have won it. Højbjerg, what he was doing, dropping that down into the 6-yard box, anyone's guess. You had a free header from 6 yards, just bury it. They had the chance to win it, and they fluffed it. Maybe it's the mindset that they weren't trying to win the game. I don't know. Maybe it was just that defensive panic mindset that they wanted to hold on for dear life. I don't get it. Højbjerg has to take that header. Weird. But, I mean, you look at us and what we did. I mean, in the first half especially, you look at the set-piece chances that we had. Virgil had 2 good headers.
He should score one of them, really.
He should score one of them. I think I said the second one, he was on the way, he jumped too early. He was on the way down. But... he's still strong enough to get something better on that. We didn't work Lloris enough. Lloris only made
a couple of saves.
Yeah, we had 3 shots, and I think we had 22 shots in total, and they blocked 13 of them. So that's like either poor shot selection or excellent defending, or a combination of both.
Bit of both, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we only had 3 shots on target, and one of them was our goal. So it's just one of those that, like you said, you need a bit of a bounce of a ball and a bit of luck on the night. It happens.
I'll bring us up to, we're seeing a lot of this. I mean, we often see this. There's always a scapegoat.
Yeah.
It's Salah Day, because...
Yeah, I get where it's coming from.
He wasn't great, but to be fair, neither was Manny. Manny was pretty non-existent. Diaz was the livest of 3. I thought Jota, when he came on, was, if I'm honest, pretty dreadful. So... And the thing with Salah, he hasn't got the confidence for a goal, but to be fair to him, assist-wise, he's normally doing pretty well for us. So
Klopp was going to have a decision to make, but the thing is, he's still the best player in the club in that right wing position.
Because everyone else we've played there right wing has been crap. It's not suited him, has it?
It's just not worked. When we tried playing, I think it was one of the games are just hopping onto each other at the minute. But Salah was rested. I think it was at Newcastle.
Yeah.
And Diaz played out on the right, and it just didn't look. He didn't come alive until he went back onto the left. So
Manny doesn't see the right anymore.
I get what he's saying about if Mo's in the side, he's in the side to score goals and to be the goal threat. And if he's not doing that, he has to contribute elsewhere. And to be fair, like you said, from the second half of the season, he may not be contributing as many goals, but his all-around play is good enough to keep him in the side.
Yeah.
That's what, and GN there is making a fair point as well. No mistakes from Spurs, fair play. Yes. Defensively, Spurs were rock solid. Their game plan worked to a treat. They had a week to work on it, and
I wouldn't agree they had no mistakes, because I think in the first half, Romero 2 or 3 times gifted Liverpool the ball in very dangerous. We didn't take advantage of those mistakes. So it looks like Spurs were flawless. I thought we were sloppy.
I don't think we were ruthless enough.
Yeah, because I think when we're on our best, we would have tended to take advantage, or at least get to us. At least work Lloris. Lloris didn't get worked enough. That's probably the quietest night he's had at Anfield for a long time.
Yeah,
that would have been. That's more the frustration. If it had been we'd worked Lloris and it still finished 1-1, and it's one of those nights for keeper, that's a little easier to take.
Yeah, you could take it a bit more, but you're right. I don't think we did enough.
We did enough to not lose, but I don't think we did enough to win it.
Yeah,
it would have felt a bit like a smash and grab if we'd won it. I've got to admit, I just don't think we worked enough. I don't think they did enough to win it. I know they had that chance at the end.
Can you chuck that comment there up from Phil Bill?
Phil Bill was there.
Yeah. Ball didn't bounce for us. Luckiest deflection goal ever, sour grapes. Let me tell you something. If you're going for 4 trophies, you need luck. And to take that amount of shots and to have that amount of blocks, 13 blocks out of 22, you're creating your own luck. Yeah. It's that simple. When I'm talking about a bit of luck, when you're putting that volume of crosses in, you need it to be weighted slightly less. You needed a runner to be able to time their run slightly better. You needed Van Dijk to be on the up rather than on the down. That's the kind of bit of luck that
give the example
that changes games.
Our second goal against Newcastle at home. Salah, Manny's clean through. Keeper gets a touch in it, pushes it wide, and it pushed it wide, and it's in Salah's path. On another day, it hits his hand harder, and it goes so wide that Salah can't touch it. That's what you mean.
Exactly.
That's what you mean. So it's like it just bounces that way for you. And you know what? We will get a lot of this now. The postmortems of
course you will.
The draws have killed us. Look at all the draws we've had. Reduce the draws. Yeah, it's easier said than done. But I think a lot of the draws we got were pre-Christmas, and I think that's when we had Van Dijk coming back from injury, Matip coming back from injury, and we tweaked the midfield, which is more 2 sits and 1 pushing up, and that's kind of post-Christmas that works really well. Whether it's Henderson, whether it's Keita, it works right on the overload right. It took us 6 months to get that right, and that's just the way it happens. Sometimes it falls for you, and some of it was just poorly defended.
What are we on points total at the minute?
83, I think.
83. So we're on for 92 points this season. I'll tell you what, if you're starting in August and you're turning around and saying you've got to get 92 points, you've got to be in the shake-up. You turn around and say you've got to play every conceivable game that's available to you this season, then you work out in your head what that actually means. And then you turn around and say, and by the way, we're going to total up 90-plus points in a season. You snap your hand off for that.
Listen, when you're getting over 90 points, I think if you're getting consistently over 90 points, you're always in the mix. And people won't like it. If you don't win the league, we'll all be disappointed with it. But if you're getting over 90 points, you haven't done a lot wrong when you're getting over 90 points, because you're basically getting over 83% of the points available to you, which is mad. That's the level we're at now. So, that's what we've got to do.
When you got to look at it, when Klopp arrived at the club, we were really looking to hit the 70 points to the low 70s was the target for virtually every season that we were in. That gets you top 4. Now you're talking, the target is 90 plus every season. And by the way, you're in 4 European finals in the last 5 years or the last 6 years, whatever it is. You're going to get nights like this where it just doesn't work out. And you can be frustrated. There are other nights that you lose games like that. It's football, and it's not a video game that you just put on easy mode. You're going to get nights where it's going to be frustrating, and you just got to suck it up. There's no point in standing there pointing fingers and looking for someone to blame, because collectively they're all in it together, and so are we. So for me, it's on to Tuesday night. It's over to Newcastle now. It's points in the bag, not games in hand. That's an old saying that's going back as long as football's been around. We have the points in the bag. It's over to Man City now to do their job. It's up to them now. And it's been in their hands ever since we drew at the Etihad.
Yeah.
It's all we could do is apply pressure. Tonight what isn't ideal, obviously. But for me, tonight would have been over if we'd lost. The fact that we still got a point and we're still in it. We just keep going. That's all we can do. There's no point in looking backwards now. It's done.
Yeah, that's right. There we go.
Anyway, I'm having another can.
This is the mentality. There are still games left to play. Never stop fighting until the fight is done.
Name that film. Name that film.
Yeah, I was trying to think what the film was. I
know exactly what film it is, and I think it was Sean Connery that said it.
Yeah, but that's what you do.
In the chat, name that film.
Yeah, listen, we've got 3 games left. We've got to beat Villa away, Southampton away, and Wolves away, and see where the cards lie. We could win this. We could still win the league on goal difference, or we could miss out on the league by 3 points. That's the world we're in. So the key now, as you said, is beat Villa. Get the Villa result. Hopefully the result goes our way, and then we move on to Chelsea, who blew a 2-goal lead today. I saw that early today. They were 2-0 up.
I didn't see any of the results today. Spot on Laszlo, my old son. Flora's in there as well. Sony King is in there as well.
So Chelsea. Chelsea today were Chelsea today were 2-0 up, and Connor Cody equalised to make it 2-2. Then it was 93rd minute, something like that. So
fair play.
So,
never mind.
I mean,
I'll be honest. I've taped match of the day, so I'm going to.
I won't be watching it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah,
I'm a bit like, if Liverpool don't win, I don't watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and watch. So please don't put anything in the chat. I'm gonna watch the F1, the qualifying tonight, and see how that goes. Maybe watch a bit of the UFC later on. But
yeah, I've seen a few saying if City win comfortably, then the 3% were a better goal difference. Yeah, it's all if buts and maybes.
Yeah, look, it's all exactly, Mark. I mean, Mark Cavanagh,
he's right.
Making a good point, but it's out of our hands, and it's been out of our hands for a good while. All we can do is do what we can do.
I mean, if you want to spin a positive, Wolves, who everyone thought were on the beach, did well against Chelsea today, and now West Ham, after they get knocked out the Europa League semi-final, they need points now just to make sure they qualify for Europe next year.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, West Ham aren't going to be resting players like we all thought they would be, because they would have had a Europa League final 3 days later. West Ham are now going, need the win or need the point. They need at least a draw. So we're now going to play. We've got teams who've got something to play for. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, we all know the way the world is. Because we're not winning, that's it. Then it's. People like to go to very deep dive.
Yeah.
On the whole today, look, I actually don't think Liverpool played actually that bad. I just felt we were a bit below our level in the final third, which is frustrating. We
weren't as ruthless as where we can be. I don't think it's the one part of Sadio's game that is coming. It's getting there. Is his interplay in between the lines. Quick 1-2s. I think that's probably maybe why he brought Naby on towards the end, to get someone from midfield who could run beyond, while at the same time knowing that we, at the bare minimum, we had to get a draw, and we did. We had to come out of that with a point. Sorry, Eric. Eric is asking there if I'm on the Beamish, the Murphys, or the Guinness. It's the. I should probably be on the Beamish. I can't take it. I can't take to it. Murphys is too harsh for me. So Guinness is the way to go, mate, for me.
Oh dear. And Ahmed Sami, I don't know if he's trolling or if he's just very upset, but it's bye-bye quad. Apparently it's bye-bye Champions League as well. It's amazing. I didn't know we got knocked out of Champions League as well.
Wow.
So, it was a lovely blue. It was a lovely blue. He's laughing at Liverpool. Arsenal, mate.
Bless their cotton socks.
Isn't it terrible that we might only win 3 trophies instead of 4?
Yeah, there is actually one club that plays in blue and white that's absolutely buzzing tonight. If anyone's seen it, the Bristol Rovers.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Today. That was ridiculous, wasn't it? Let's talk about that for a minute before we go back to it.
Well, look, I lived in Bristol for over 20 odd years, so I know what the rivalry is like in the city. And I went to go and watch Bristol City. My wife's a Bristol City fan. Her sister-in-law is a Rovers fan, and she is hopping at the minute. They had to get, I think, the way it worked out in the end, they had to win by 7. Or they had to score 7, and they got it. They got the 7 goals, which is nuts.
Went up on goal difference.
They went up on goal scored. They were the same. Yeah, they were the same on goal difference. They were equal goal difference, and they got there on goal scored. And it's Joey Barton's first promotion as a manager, and he could have moved on and took on a better job in that, but for them it's huge going up automatically, getting back into League One. There's a lot of investment gone into the ground there and into the infrastructure at the club, so they need that. But the way the Football League and everything has worked out today, you've got Fulham and Bournemouth are up. The playoff situation. Luton got into the playoffs. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Imagine if Luton got promoted, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if Luton got promoted.
Well, I think it's Luton. It's Luton and Huddersfield in the first semi-final, and both of them, I think, have the lowest budgets, and I think they were probably favourites for the drop, let alone favourites for anything else.
It's mental. But I understand people's frustration tonight. I get it, but Eric is there, Spurs. Seriously, guys, everyone needs to calm down and enjoy the ride. This is not a one-off. We will be competing for Champions League and Premier Leagues for the next 4 years. Some of you need to take a taste of the 90s. Do you know what, Eric?
I had plenty of them.
To be fair, I think most people understand what we're achieving, okay? And the frustration is that this Man City side, they've built a reputation. They're relentless, and they've built a reputation that sides are beaten before the first whistle starts. And we've done the same for an awful lot of sides. It's just that our game depends on it's high risk, but high reward. There are some instances where it's going to be frustration. Asher Treble it is. Good name, love it. Klopp made some poor decisions with the subs today. I disagree. This was a game made for Origi. Crosses were being pumped into the box. That second half of your comment, I agree with. We both said it in a WhatsApp during the game that Origi could be the change. The only counter I'd make to it is Jota is very good in the air as well, and he's on 20+ goals. I think
he just didn't work for him tonight.
In fairness, you have to trust the guy. I get what you're saying about Origi, but Origi isn't a man mountain of a striker. And he should be for someone who's as physically big and strong and powerful as he is. He should be better than what he is in the air, but he's never been that kind of player. Sam Tandy probably staying in all competitions has cost us the league this season. Next year we may go all out and go out of the cups early and run away with the league, like in 2020. No, I don't think so, Sam, because
we can't have it. In my opinion, we can't have both saying this is one of the best squads we've ever seen and say, all the games caught us. I think there's enough in the squad to rotate there.
Yeah, you got to look at it, Sam. When you look back at the early rounds of the cup competitions that we were in, we never really played our first team players, apart from the ones that we wanted to get minutes in legs. So we were pretty much handling the way we were going through cup competitions, and the draws have been good to us this year. The draws in both cup competitions have been pretty decent to us. Jota is our next Shaqiri, good, but we can upgrade.
Disagree, personally.
Well,
Shaqiri was never fit for a start. If your he's fourth choice striker's getting 20 goals a season.
Yeah, he's a far better player than Shaqiri ever was.
Yeah, he's off form. We could say he's probably his all round play is just not quite there at the moment. I think that's fair, but
yeah, I think he needs. He's one of these players like Mo that needs one to go in off his backside to get himself back on the bike again. Salah's the same. He just needs one to scuff in and kick on. Like I said, when we first come on, it's not a lack of effort tonight. It really wasn't. Spurs were resolute in defending. They put their bodies on the line. They defended really well. They didn't have the ambition of a side that I believe if they're fighting for top four. But at the same time, the draw could be enough if they think they can beat Arsenal. I don't think it is. I honestly don't think the draw is enough for them. I think they needed to win tonight.
Plus, they're going to have to go for it to get the win. And
exactly.
That might suit Arsenal on the break, which we saw against Chelsea. That could suit them a little bit. So, Alex, what's his opinions on Pep Lijnders?
I think Pep Lijnders is an outstanding assistant manager, first team coach, whatever you want to call him. I think his role next season is going to expand. You're going to see a lot more of him in during the press conferences, hopefully towards the League Cup, but maybe in the FA Cup as well. Klopp starts moving that around as well, because it must be frustrating, not just for the media, but for the managers as well, because you're going up in front of the journalists. They're asking the same questions. You're batting back the same answers. It's
to be fair, Fergie used to do it. Fergie used to do it as well, didn't he? In the
Fergie used to do it for different reasons with the
there's the BBC
post-match.
But in general, in cup games, he would let his assistant do it, and no one could. Klopp apparently said to the press, "It's an important point because it's one more point than before. We all know the situation. We are top of the table, but in this moment, we are disappointed. The boys are more disappointed than me. So many good things in that game."
It's the stock answer. It's a stock answer that he has to give. We all know that tonight, we're not stupid, and the players aren't stupid. They know they needed to win, and they did everything humanly possible to try to get that. But it just didn't work out for them, where they gambled on losing, trying to win. That's the difference between sides who win trophies and sides who don't win trophies. You gamble to win a game rather than hold on for the point that you think you're entitled to. That's the difference between the good sides and the really elite sides. And you see that across Europe. You look at Real Madrid. Look at Real Madrid the other night, a truly elite side. And let's not make any bones about it. And people will write them off left, right, and centre. Plenty of other sides would have folded against Man City with going into that last 5 minutes. And they didn't, because they have that elite mentality. So do we. We going for games to go and win games.
Yeah, I mean,
and we know the draws are going to hurt us. And you look at all the draws that we've had this season. In all those draws, we were balls out to try to win every single one of them. It just didn't pan out.
I mean,
it wasn't a case that we sat back and we were pinned back in and we held on for a point here and there. It didn't work like that.
I think, what was it, our third draw since Christmas? Chelsea away today and City away. So, they're hard games anyway. I think the ones that will annoy people, and people will hark back to them, will be the likes of your Brentfords and your Brightons. They're annoying draws, but
they're annoying draws, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, if we still go on to win this league, City fans will turn around and tell you they'll drop points home and away to Tottenham, Palace, Southampton. They'll be annoyed with them.
I mean, how good is that?
Taking the lead against us twice, and taking
how good is that penalty decision now for Rodri, the handball? How good is that looking at the minute? Over a season, things like that is what can be decisive. When you're down to splitting hairs, when you're down to a couple of points here and there, or a couple of goals here and there is where it might come down to,
Mhm.
then do you know what? We've done our bit. We've done our job. In other leagues around, all the other top leagues around Europe, they're all
all done.
decided. They're done. They're over.
Mhm.
The only reason there's a competition in this league is because we're pushing City. Don't see anyone else standing up to the table to do that. No one else is anywhere near close to give them a run. I mean, Bonkers, I understand you're deflated, mate, but don't be.
Yeah,
I said
listen,
top league, you.
yeah, I'm the same.
But,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
the same.
yeah,
I'm deflated. You may have spoke about it.
yeah, we
I
have,
was
yeah.
I was generally, I'm still a bit. I am not gonna lie. I'm down about it. But look, dust yourself off. We go again. What else can you do? There's crying it in and saying, "Oh, it's doom and gloom," or you just see what happens.
Mm.
We've still got 2 cup finals to concern ourselves with, and we've still got 3 more opportunities to keep the pressure on City.
Yeah,
What
exactly. I
what
mean,
more what
John
more can you
Summers,
do?
they're not even on my radar, sunshine.
So a few seconds of Massimo. Strange things happen in football. Yeah, I'm the eternal optimist, but I support Liverpool, so why wouldn't I be? John Fisher,
Exactly.
that is. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's
Great shout. Great shout.
spot on. So just put Diaz as a league winner. He is because Porto won the league tonight, didn't they? So that's
Credit to him. Fair play.
so fair
He
play.
did the hard yards with them as well. He got them in that. He helped get them in that position.
Yeah. So look.
So he has that winner's medal to add to the other medals that he's going to get.
Right, just before we do any more football chat, IP Vanish Kev are still our sponsors. So if you browse incognito, you're not actually private without any added security. So basically, you're giving all your private data to advertisers, hackers, and other undesirables. If you use IP Vanish VPN, it makes it easy to truly stay private and secure. IP Vanish safely browse the internet 100% encrypting your data, so all your passwords, communications, browsing history is protected from anybody. IP Vanish can be used on unlimited devices without sacrificing your speed. You can be used on computers, tablets, phones, and other devices such as Fire Sticks. You can use it at home or in the public. And they're offering Daytrippers 70% off their yearly plan plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you basically get 9 months for free. And these guys are rated 4.6 out of 5 on Trustpilot. So if you want to take up the offer, go to ipvanish.com/daytrippers for the exclusive offer. All the details are in the description below. There we go. So that's our sponsor sorted.
Well done. Well
So,
done.
but Chris, that wasn't a spoof. Must try harder.
Yeah,
well,
must try harder. Yeah,
there is a line you could do for that, but I'll be honest, I'm not doing. I'm not in the mood for that line. So
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, these cans are going down way too nice.
I know. That's why you're getting more and more happy about things. So.
Yeah, you have to be though. I mean, look, I understand the doom and gloom. I do. I get it. I understand the frustration. But then I pull myself back because there were games going back to, and it's not long ago. There were games that we threw away, and we were never. We haven't. This is only a recent thing that we're in this position. So that we're in a position to fight for titles, and we're still in it. It's up to Man City now. They still have to go and pick themselves up. This is a good pick me up for them tonight, but they still have to go on the pitch tomorrow against Newcastle and get a win. They have to do it, because if they don't, they're behind us and they lose goal difference. It's always, like I said, it's out of our hand. It's been out of our hands for a while. We haven't helped our cause, but it could have been a lot worse. If Spurs were more ruthless and had a more positive mindset, it could have been worse. But it is what it is. We are where we are. We're still in with a shout of winning 4 competitions. That's nuts. We're going into the second week in May. That's obscene.
Just embrace it. Look, we've got a chance of winning 4. We may come away with 3, may come away with 2. I've already seen the doom and gloom of, we're only going to get 1. Wind it in. Do you know what I mean? We're going into an FA Cup final where, to be fair, we are favourites of the FA Cup final. There's no point hiding from that. Form dictates that for both sides. And we've got a good chance in the Champions League final. Listen, Real Madrid are going to be really, really tough, but Real Madrid aren't City. So that does give you opportunity. And look, a lot of those players played against Real Madrid will want revenge for what happened a few years ago. So look, there's still lots of exciting times. It's just, it doesn't feel like it tonight because, we just said in this league, a draw feels like a defeat. That's how mad the league is now. But you know,
Mark Kavanagh wrote a lovely comment. Wonderful. Wonder what? No, it wasn't that one. It was so. Oh no, it's gone.
it's gone.
It's gone. Sorry, but he said, "Wonder what team will play midweek with the FA Cup on Saturday." I think we'll go as strong as possible, Mark. I think it's foot to the floor from here on out.
Because Chelsea will do the same.
Billy
Because
there did absolutely brilliant to get the draw. I think we were better. We were worth at bare minimum the draw. I don't think Spurs deserved anything more than a draw. But yeah, he's dead right. We go again. You never walk alone. The
other thing with Chelsea, if Arsenal win tomorrow, isn't the gap to Chelsea now only like 2 points?
Back to 2 points.
Back to 2 points, which means Chelsea are going to have to go fairly strong against Leeds. And they play it on the Wednesday, so it's day after us. So it's safe for both sides. You know, I actually think the hardest game for
Wizard there with interest. This is all about results at the business end of the season. Got to win. No excuses. There is no excuses. We're not making excuses, but it is what it is, and there's no point in living in it.
But you've also got to say why do we think we've drawn? Well, we think we've drawn is because we were below par attacking wise. We're given reasons why they are. Sometimes it's that you need a bit of luck to go away. I mean, we got the luck with the Diaz goal, and he deserved it because I think of the front three, he was the brightest.
Yeah.
So
they got one counter right. I mean, you're talking about Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. You know, they're not Tweedledum and they're not Carl and fucking what's his name off The Simpsons. You know, they're elite forwards.
It's not Weghorst and Ashley Barnes doing you in there, is it? You know what I mean?
They got one counter right in 95 minutes, and they scored from it. Good luck to them because they've done nothing else.
I just said I don't want to play our strongest team. Trent and Robson both need a rest. Well, we say that, but there is a world where City drop points tomorrow. Are you then going to throw the Premier League game? No, you've got to go strong. You know, maybe Simicast. Villa could be a perfect game for Simicast.
Laszlo, I do worry about you sometimes, mate. You're throwing some weird comments in there.
Yeah. Rein it in a bit, yeah. I go, so if Arsenal win, they'll be 1 point behind Chelsea on the same number of games. You know, Chelsea's form's gone so bad, they're at risk of throwing third away again. I mean, you know, imagine do that 2 years running. It's almost Leicester standards, isn't it?
The thing is, don't get me wrong. I mean, I might come across as being all positive and happy, kumbaya and all. I'm really gutted that we didn't get 3 points, but I'd have been sickened if we got nothing.
Oh, yeah. You know, if you'd have got nothing, then you're definitely probably writing it off because then you need two results to go your way, then, don't you?
Yeah, it's over. If we got nothing, it's over. You know, this is now going to go right down to the wire, and it's up to City to do their job. And as long as we do ours, we have to win our last 3 games. No, there is no more excuses, no more mistakes to be made, no more slip-ups, nothing. And if it's not good enough, it's not good enough.
But also, if we'd won today, we still would have had to win the last 3 games. So for the players, nothing's changed in a way. Is City have just got a little bit more wiggle room because before we were probably relying on a draw would have been enough. Now you probably have to lose a game now, realistically, or draw 2. But you know,
and I mean, you have when you're watching Liverpool and you're watching the quality that we're putting out, and the fact that we're going to play every conceivable game this season, you have to be able to park a result when it doesn't go your way and just leave it there and look forward. You have to, because if you don't, you become one of these angry people who live their lives talking about ifs and maybes and what ifs and should haves and didn't and what have you. There's no point.
Sadly, that's the way of the world. We will get people who are very contrary going, they knew it wasn't going to happen. They knew 6 months ago this was going to cost us. And look, that's the way you want to live your life. So
I don't get it, but I understand it because I used to be that person when we were fighting for top 4. Because
it was
different.
All your season depended on it, which is just like if you don't get top 4, you're like fucking hell. It's a hard slog again. Whereas here,
the other side of it, where you're struggling to sign players because they want to sign for the likes of Chelsea and Man United and Man City and what have you.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I guarantee you, we're still the destination club in the Premier League because Klopp has signed on for another 2 years. And for any I mean, the thing is, when you're talking about the type of players that we're going to be looking to sign, we don't pay badly.
No.
Contrary to what people believe, our wage structure and our wage bill is actually really good. Now, but when you're talking about these type of players, they're never going to put their hand and feel their leg in their pocket for the rest of their lives. They're never going to be short of a bob or two. So you will be able to attract the players you want to attract. Because the type of players who want to move for money, and money is the sole motivation, they're not the type of players you want, because they're not going to be the ones who are going to go into the trenches for you when you need them. They're going to be looking after their own brand. That's not the type of caliber of character you want with you when you're going into the trenches.
And
I trust the club implicitly in what they're doing in their transfer policy and who we're going to go for.
Look, if you want to flip the other side, give City some credit. They've got similar characters like that.
Yeah,
whether you like him or you don't like it, Bernardo Silva is that type of character who will go into the trenches for City and he will dig them out. You may dislike him because he doesn't play for us, but they've got characters like that.
Them.
Yeah. So and that's probably why you don't have many issues with City players. All the nonsense you see coming out of other clubs, and Liverpool are very similar. You don't really see that either. So
G10, they're asking an interesting question. Lads, do you think we get Tchouaméni? I think we're in the conversation for him. But I think I think it's going to be a decision that the player is going to have to make. I think he'll have options. It'll be up to him where he wants to go. But I think if he comes to Liverpool, he will improve as a player massively. Plus the fact that he wouldn't be the only French-speaking person at the club. Having Konaté at the club will help attract that type of player. And there's another French player that I hope that we're in the conversation for as well. But I don't believe for a second what we offer in wages will be an impediment to any business that we look to do in the transfer window. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Sonny Kang there is spot on. He's a rat, but he's a very good player. He's an exceptional player.
I've seen a lot getting upset saying I need to call out what he does on social media. I'm just talking about on the pitch. We've been over that. It's been done. Time and time again. I'm not dragging it up. When we're talking about this, I'm talking about on the pitch stuff. I'm not talking about off the field stuff.
Yeah. When you look at someone like Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Sterling, Mahrez, these type of players, they're game winners and they're exceptional players. But the difference is between us and them, and you're seeing it more in Europe, year in, year out, is they'll be in a position to go and win a tie and finish a tie off and fail, where our mentality is to win at all costs, and we will do what we need to do to get over the line. In more instances than not, it works out well for us in Europe. But I think Newcastle have a chance tomorrow. It's a slim one. They'll have to be exceptional in all areas of the pitch. But they have the type of players who can hurt them on the break. It'll be an interesting watch, but City should win their last lot of games comfortably if they're mentally right. But I think the physical drain that this season has taken on that squad is taking its toll. So they're going to have to push on and get over the line as well. It's not as straightforward as what people think.
No.
I think there could be another twist in this title race yet.
I hope so. Let's hope it falls for us.
So do I, mate. Yeah. Well, why not? Why wouldn't it? When you think about the kind of season that we're having, the kind of season in the Premier League that we're seeing results that are going nuts. You look at the Brighton result today. Brighton scored 12 goals at home all season. All right. And then they go and clap Man United for 4 on the back of Man United putting that same 11 out at home and getting a comfortable win against a Brentford side who are in decent form. This season is weird. Anything can happen. Don't write things off just yet. It might feel like doom and gloom now, but that point tonight, that Højbjerg miss at the end, that could turn out to be anything. We don't know.
We said the same when the Mahrez missed in the 2-2, didn't
exactly.
we? I think this is a little bit overreactionary, but I'll let you take it, Kev.
Klopp's fault was that Rob and Trent needed to hold the bench. Rob shouldn't play any more games in the league. Yeah, it's an opinion. It is what it is. You're perfectly entitled to your opinion, and thanks for throwing it in the chat. Fair play to you. Next.
Next, I know.
No, look, I completely disagree with what you're saying. But
your two highest assist makers in the
yeah, you
other
give
than Salah.
You give these players a chance to fail because they've done nothing to warrant being pulled in the first place. Defensively, they've both been very good all season. Offensively, they're still throwing out the assist numbers that you expect and you demand of them. So on a night where it doesn't quite work out, you don't throw them under the bus. You'll never walk alone is not just a hashtag, and it's not just a selling slogan for people to throw in comments and throw in tweets when they feel things are going in their favor and we're all huggy, lovey. It's for when we're in the shit and you need to get behind someone. But hey, you do you, kid.
Yeah, I mean, I see a few saying, we need to mix it up more. Klopp has been averaging 4 to 5 changes since the Watford game, which that's a while back. So
yeah,
I think, but also the thing people are ignoring is we had a 4-day gap. So a 4-day gap's more than enough.
I think he did those changes to get us in a position where we can go now. He done those changes then so that they're fresh for the final push, for the final run-in, and right now, I think squad-wise, fitness-wise, Bobby's coming back. He should be back and available for the Villa game.
Which would be a handy
We're pretty much there. I expect a few more changes for the Villa game. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Joe Gomez and Tsimikas come into the Villa game for different reasons, because they're both capable of playing. It's not a case you're dropping them in and hoping for the best. They're still well capable of putting in performances. So I wouldn't have any problem with them playing. And it wouldn't be the worst in the world. I mean, Daz there, one defeat. Daz TV. If you ain't following Daz, get over to his channel on YouTube, man. He puts out some great stuff. One defeat in the last 30 in all comps. We fight to the very end. What a season we're having. And we will have. And he's dead right. You can lose perspective on where you are on the strength of a draw. And bearing in mind, it's a draw that we're on the strength of people losing their shit over.
Yeah.
You got to rein it in because it's not healthy, man. It really ain't.
Speaking of Daz TV, we need to actually speak to Daz again. Try and get
him on Friday. I'm going to message Daz in the next week and try to get Daz.
Because I think Luke's at Bellator next week, so we can try and get Daz on. Daz on for ages. He's to be honest, he's really good in these sort of shows. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll add that to our list. So right before we go, mate, anything else you want to add? I've seen a lot getting upset with. Listen, guys, rival fans are going to come in here and wind you
exactly.
up. Exactly. Because what else are they going to talk about? City fans, they're also going to wind you up because they think it's an advantage for them. Fair play to them. They were on for it wasn't that long ago. They were on for a treble. Now it's down to 1. Yeah, the way it is. And look, Blues and Manx are always going to wind you up. Just laugh it off and go, look, you'd rather be in a position where you still got the chance of 4 trophies. So leave it where it is.
Yeah. Look, we're all fans of all clubs are welcome in the chat as long as they're respectful. And if you're respectful and if you're from an opposing fan group, trust me, this fan group will accept you as long as your comments are respectful. If they're not, then you won't last very long.
No, because we just block anyone who uses silly language. To be fair, like one in the chat who's goodbye. That's him done. Bless.
Is what it is. Listen, thanks on a Saturday night, guys, for coming in and spending a bit of time with us. Appreciate it an awful lot. The other thing that we'd like to, obviously like, subscribe, leave comments after the show. No, anything that you think that we're over-egging, under-egging. If you agree or disagree, just throw your comments in. Really appreciate the feedback. But also in that comment section, if you click on the bar, you'll see the link for Féileacáin, for a charity partner. Any help that you guys can give towards that would be greatly appreciated. If you can't help financially, then please share it around your WhatsApp groups, your Messenger, your Facebook, Twitter. Just tell people about it. Just because I guarantee you, it's charity that helps people that if it hasn't affected you, I guarantee you it's affected someone who you know, and who may want to be able to talk about something like that and don't know how to reach out to someone or don't know what number to call. You now know just by clicking that link.
I don't have any expert for the UFC unless Ngannou's on it, so I'm going to keep quiet.
No, we're going
to. I sort of peaked. I sort of peaked at my my one show. So
just say good evening to Conroy there in the chat. How you doing, mate?
It's good to see you for ages.
I haven't seen you in a while, mate. I hope you're keeping well.
So yeah, so bit of housekeeping. So tomorrow we'll have Fat Back 4 where the guys will go into more detail on the games. Looking at what's going ahead. See where we are. Monday will be winners and losers, and there'll probably be a bit of a pre-match work as well for the Villa game. Then Tuesday night there will be a full-time Reds. It'll probably us two.
Well, whoever it is, there'll be someone here to talk you guys through it.
Yeah.
Well, to either pump you up or calm you down. We'll do one or the other.
Wednesday be midweek fix, and then Friday it's me and Kev again.
And we'll talk about
FA
Cup final.
FA Cup final, because it's so bad being a Liverpool fan. You've got to talk about a cup final next week. What a shit that is.
First things first, Villa.
Villa first.
Worry about the Villa. The Villa are after, I think they won 3-0 today, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Beat Burnley 3-1, sorry. Beat Burnley 3-1.
Yeah. Watford gone. Watford went today.
Yeah, Watford gone, and they've got a manager who said he couldn't clap his fans because they were already down last week and they're too far away.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to say anything about Roy because Roy's going through an illness at the minute that ain't, it ain't funny. And
Roy's also set his record now, same as Sir Allardyce, his first relegation, I believe. Yeah, but to be fair to him, he came
literally done everything in the game. I hope when he retires at the end of the season, that this time he stays retired. Just go away and retire and enjoy your retirement.
I think so.
He's given everything to the game.
But listen, guys, heads up, we'll move on. We move again, and listen, at the moment, we're still in this. The quad is still on. Let's keep going and hope for the best.
We're all Geordies for 24 hours. All sins are forgiven.
Up the Reds.